Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Rebelcast. You know, every so often someone comes along and it just changes the game for you. I love to interview people. I love to have these interesting conversations with folks that just expand your mind. And this one kind of fell on me. He's an amazing young man. And if you're here, you know why. Without further ado, let me introduce the one, the only Technicals.
I feel like after an intro like that, I gotta box someone.
Fuck. So what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm just vibing. I've been in a couple of live streams, we'll say.
So if you're here, you know who the man is, right? But as of late, you've known about the controversy and the things he's been dealing with. But I want to get past that. I want to talk about who he is as a person. So Technicals, I got to ask, how'd you come up with the name Technicals?
It actually wasn't my idea. My first name came from my gamer tag, which was like Technicals is my gamer tag, but then it became my YouTube name because I was a Smash player.
Yeah.
I started a Smash club sophomore year of high school,
Okay.
and I was the president of it. And my original tag was X Phase Link X because I played Link, and I was like, yeah, I'm snipe. It was supposed to be ironic because I played Call of Duty, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing Link in Smash, bro. I'm like sniping people with these arrows.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I started playing Toon Link, and then I wanted to help out the members of my club because they were just so dog shit. So I started uploading tutorials like specifically for them to help them out.
Which I've seen some of those. Which they're not bad. They're not bad.
Yeah, but I definitely made those in my closet and in Windows Movie Maker. But
I'm using fucking StreamYard, right? This is the laziest fucking platform you could do this on. So you're fucking ahead of the game even there.
I'm actually a crew member of the guy who, well, currently, yeah, I'm a crew member of this crew called War,
Yeah.
but the leader of that saw the video, and then at a tournament, he was on commentary, and he was like, "Oh, look, it's the Technicals. Didn't he upload that tutorial video? That's the Technicals. That guy's Technicals."
And so
And
you're fucked.
yeah, and people started telling me that my tag was gay, the phase link thing. So I was like, fuck it, technical sounds better. So I literally became a roast. Like Technicals was a roast of my video, and then that became my name.
Okay, so to give you some context, we all have those shitty names. When I first started, I was the Sixth Ronin, which evolved into Dan the Experience, was I shortened down to Dan XP, and now I'm just fucking Dan. Fuck it, I'm sick of it. It's fucking just Dan.
It happens. Yeah.
But at least yours is cool. Like even the detective tech shit. And if
it's a useful name.
Yeah. If I sound a little fucking giddy, it's because I'm fucking excited.
No, that's cool, man. I appreciate it.
I also want to make it clear, like, I didn't pay for this. This man who is very popular at this point, he's fucking like, this is his free time. He's giving me carte blanche to do this, and I appreciate that so much. So I want everybody to understand, you're not a piece of shit. You're not a sellout shill. You don't ask people for money. You're just a guy who does content very well, and you're giving of your free time willingly. So thank you for that.
I wouldn't say I'm not an asshole though, but I do have a lot of free time because this is like my day job.
You're a dick. You're not an asshole. So what happened? When I was into Smash, it was the age of the gods, you know, like Armada and Mango and PMD and Hungrybox. Who was like, I know that he's not everybody's favorite, but he was mine. And of course, that fucking piece of shit Lethan. But that was the time I was in, and then I got burned out of it, you know, as Smash people do. And I left. I came back, and apparently in that time I was gone, you became the pariah of the fucking Smash community. How did the fuck did that happen?
I started out as just like a troll. I started out just like fucking with like the weird small orbiters of the community. I think my first video was on it was on Pierce.
Okay.
Because Pierce was like flirting with women, and he had like so many accusations come out about him. So I made a video just like kind of, but I enlisted that at his request. But that was like the first video. Well, the first videos were about JK, which is just this asshole that almost hit me with his car in Vegas.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And then after that, it just evolved into like more and more. Like, I'm glad I didn't blow up off the start because I didn't know how to vet information as well as I do now. and
Yeah.
also I didn't know how to like accurately pick a target, because when you start out in commentary and you want to do drama, if you're like fucking Nicholas Diorio, you'll just pick any target and
Oh,
go after
we're gonna
them.
get to that dickhead soon. So
Yeah. You just don't want to go after people relentlessly and burn bridges.
do
Because
I
I
hear a
made a
swan
video on
outside?
Omni.
Is
Huh?
there a swan outside? Do I hear swans? I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Right. Right. I made a video on Omni that's now unlisted because I like to think we're friends.
Yeah. Well, I
And
mean, it's not hard to be friends with you. Fuck, you got low tier God loving your ass. So
Low tier God is actually, I don't know, because if you put yourself in his shoes of a guy who's been like hated so much for years, and doesn't really get supported and has to struggle for every sub he gets because there's a dedicated community hating him, it does kind of feel bad.
I'm friends with Dark Side Phil, so I get it.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah.
No, like I said, and I sympathize. When any video I've ever done in here, anybody have talked about, I try to play devil's advocate, and I think you do that very well. Going to like ESAM, and you go into your videos, and again, this is my speculation, this is my interpretation. You go into your videos giving everybody a fair chance, and it's up to them to fuck it
No.
up after that.
No.
No,
No.
okay,
Sometimes it's just like you're gonna get buried from the start.
okay.
Esan was not like, this is a fair chance. It's like, you've pushed me to the fucking edge, and I'm gonna make you respond now. Like, cause Freddy, he's one of the number one players in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And he kind of got fucked over with like false rape allegations, and Esam was involved with that.
Of course he was.
So
It's fucking ESAM.
yeah, and MJG. And then Esam kept putting my fucking name in his mouth. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm pulling the trigger on this one.
You're a malicious fucker, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm very petty.
But okay, so you slowly became the pariah, and I love that, in some of your videos you do a little dance and a little fucking, and I'm laughing my ass off. Like the Sonic Fox video, for instance. You
Mm-hmm.
you were fair to him, I would say, but at the same time you took your shots, with your own fox mask and all this.
Well, it's just like he tries to be annoying and then uses the fact that people find him annoying as like victim points, which I don't get. Because it's like,
Yeah, I would agree. It's like nobody's attacking you, but you're trying to pick a fight. I don't understand that. Yes, you're a gamer. Stay in your fucking lane. You're a furry gay gamer, man. Rock that shit. Be the best motherfucking furry gamer you can be. But don't attack an entire political party when you have he can't debate. He can't argue. You made that point.
yeah,
Like,
he
dude, shut
can't
the
elaborate his stance. I don't feel like I think if you tried to dissect his beliefs, he'd realize that it's not really based on anything.
And again, and we're building up to this, but you point that shit out so well, because when you dissect somebody and you do it thoroughly, there's nothing that you can go back. Even when you've made mistakes, right? You've gone back and said, "Hey, look, I dropped the ball here, but here's why, and here's where I made that mistake," and then you clarify. Where a lot of these commentators that I've seen, they don't. They stick to their guns, and they stick, like fucking Tipster, for example. He's fucking sucking everybody's dick that he can to fucking,
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we get it. You're fat. You wear a hat. I'm fat. I wear a hat. Fuck. That it's a shtick that's been done. All right, shut the fuck up. Take the L.
It's amazing how much more he got criticized for trying to seem like it didn't. Well, he didn't even try to seem like it didn't get to him. He made it seem like it really got to him. And then he did a whole 2-hour response video to someone calling him a pathetic loser, as like I don't know, that's like the biggest fucking mega cope I've ever seen.
It's sad. I mean, you're a grown, and he's grown. He's older than me, I believe. So it's like, dude, and I'm 35, so it's like, fuck, come on, maturity. It's got to catch up at some point.
Yeah.
So I watched the ESAM stuff, and then the next one that really caught my eye was Risu. What caused you to go after her? What was it that just really hit
She
you?
was a fucking problem for everyone. She would just fucking like, she went on this whole schizo fucking posting like 30 screenshots of me making jokes and was like, "Oh, this is evidence of homophobia, ableism,
It was a
racism."
joke.
Literally everything. Like, I think I said, if she breathes, she's a thought. She added that in too. She just, like, literally everything. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick? Just super woke, like I don't have a problem with people who are like liberals or whatever, but she was like insanely radical about it and
Yes.
would make false allegations about people being racist or like being sexist all throughout the community. So for the 1K community special, I had to cut this out of the video because of TOS updates. But I went to a tournament and I got a bunch of people to like open up the segment. And then it was basically me and my Discord community on a call roasting the shit out of her. And then I offered her $100. I was like, I'll give you a
Did she keep the
yeah,
money?
yeah, she did. She kept it for medical bills, she said.
Well, we are talking about a woman that fucking finds the excitement and free samples from Home Depot. So I mean, I can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, why was she popping off for like free wood? Like a free block of
No,
wood?
but see, she also gets wood because she has orgies, allegedly.
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 No, I've heard that from like very credible sources. I just got the names wrong, I think, in the vid. But yeah, I've heard that from very credible sources. And she's made tweets about like
Fucking
literally having sex with top players. So I
yeah,
don't think that's too much of a far fetch.
to get them to come to tournaments.
Right? Right?
Okay, like it's like you're a professional whore, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, allegedly. I don't want to, yeah.
I'll take responsibility on this. I'll take it.
Thank you, man. Thank
I got
you.
a big enough bag where I can take it. So again, I continued down this technicals rabbit hole, and then I found this, and I told you before we went live, or before we started recording, your Aunt Jemima video is by far like if I'm having a bad fucking day, and I suggest any of you watching this go back to Technicals channel and check out the Aunt Jemima video.
It's called I'm Sorry, I think.
Yes. Why? Why?
I was testing clickbait with the skit because I was like, this is just some random skit I'm uploading. Let's test clickbait to get people to watch the video and then realize it's the dumbest shit ever. Like midway through.
The payoff though, the payoff is you in the bathtub gargling fucking syrup.
Yeah, that tasted fucking disgusting.
How dare you?
Yeah. It reminded me of when I did the Choutfi, the guy who it was a guy that made a video calling me Black Idubs, and I responded to his video, and then I bought like a gallon of corn syrup to make like a mixture for fake blood. I only ended up using like a tiny bit of it, and I think I've actually thrown that away. That was a waste of money. But yeah, because I had to move. Like when I started doing the Captain Zach videos and shit, my roommates were like, "Oh, we're all fucking moving out, by the way, when the lease is ending." So I had to fucking now I live with
I hate when that happens.
yeah, because I didn't have any stability. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, fuck me, right?" So now I'm with my girlfriend, and we're gonna get like an apartment soon.
Nice, very cool, very cool. So you said Captain Zach, all right, and that's the video I stumbled upon you the first time I had ever watched you, and I think I said this before we started recording. I was trying to because I felt like the whole Captain Zach thing, and if you don't know, it's out there. I'm not gonna fucking hold your hand. Go look for it. But the Captain Zach issue that came up, there was something not right. Yes, Captain Zach is a fucking sack of shit. Fuck him.
Yeah,
I would say he could eat a bowl of dicks, but he might like that. But as far as that goes, it was not making sense. Yes, he clearly exploited something, but it wasn't because he was being a dick. It's because he got busted, right?
mm-hmm.
I'm seeing this Nairo part of the situation, and he's, it took him forever to fucking respond, and then he tries to play the fucking victim. So basically, y'all hurt someone's feelings, and then they have to fucking out you, and y'all are scrambling to fucking put blame on each other.
What I don't get is when they got exposed and someone was saying they were going to release the information, they enact their fucking cover story, and then when he can no longer run with the cover story, he comes out with the truth. This is the honest fucking victim that we're supposed to believe is just telling like an honest narrative.
Yeah, but see,
like,
you saw and I hate saying it like this, right? But Hungry Box, all these guys that I respected, fuck you, Leffen, and all these other guys were so quick to jump to one side's aid. They didn't take the time to investigate. These are supposed to be our leaders in a community, right? The Smash community. We're supposed to talk to these guys, and they're so fucking oblivious that they're like, "Oh, we, bring back Nairo. He's a victim here. Fuck that."
Oh, I never knew. Like literally every fucking new document that comes out will sway their opinion no matter what. It's so fucking weird. Like they don't even remember what was stated in the past. They just have goldfish brains.
but you're the villain for that. And I don't get that. Why the fuck are you villainized when all you did was a little bit of research, use some
Well,
common sense?
because I actively try to piss them off, but that's for the free promo. That's how I got to where I am. Is just riding off the backs of them complaining.
So you're telling me that to get ahead in the Smash community, I can't be good at the game. I just got to be good at fucking reading.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Trips.
That's why the
Books.
franchise uploaded his Leffen video and it has like 300K plus views.
Well, Leffen's a fucking dickhole. Like there was a guy who put, I can't remember his name, but he put a video out describing everything he did wrong, and then described how Leffen went and
Oh, you talking about hacks?
pressured that other motherfucker to fucking change the video completely to make him look. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you afraid of
The
this fucking
doc series? Yeah. Dude, he literally went out of his way to get all of the victim like interviews and stuff. Well, I don't even know if I want to say victim, but like people that he's wronged interviews taken out, and like he did his own fucking like God narrative.
Yeah. And fucking fuck, the guy used to make fun or pick on a guy who had a hearing issue. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's actually fucked. Like he tried to get him isolated from the community.
And then
he's literally a bully. Like I bully people, but that's like he's literally
okay.
Like,
but you punch up. You don't punch down. That's the
sometimes
problem.
I feels like I'm punching down right now. If we're being honest.
On who?
All these other content creators. It really feels below my pay grade because they're just so unintelligent.
I'm gonna break it down. As someone who's older than you, I'm just gonna give you some advice that someone should have given you a long time ago. These guys have all been around for years. They know their place. Tommy C, fucking Tipster, all these other fucking dickheads who've all acted like they're weak and shit. And you may have sympathy for them. It's because they are. They've been propped up by their fucking fan bases. The fact that you, who have less subscribers than all of them, and come back and done what you've done, it's admirable. So don't ever. And I'm like I said, I'm just some fucking schmuck from Texas. But whatever you've done, keep doing it because you're a voice of fucking reason in a fucking field of sheep. And that's what they are. They're used to being able to lay back on their laurels and not have to respond to someone who's their equal and they don't like it. It's amazing what you've done.
What the vibe I was getting in the past couple months was they basically wanted me to say that I was wrong and then take them smearing my reputation like a bitch. That's the vibe that I got to get back in the in group.
And as a man, you can't do that as a fucking.
Well, if I'm wrong and they're like just accurately depicting everything, fuck yeah, I'll take the L. I've done it in the past on serious shit that I've covered. Like my biggest story, Thunder Gaming. I did that. FaZe Rug like immediately after I fucked up.
You did, the FaZe, yes. I was actually playing Fallout 76 listening to that. And you came out and said, look, I talked to FaZe. He responded. And you openly, you didn't hide from it. You didn't pretend and like, delete your video and tail between your legs. You said, hey, I'm human. I fucked up. So kudos to you for that. And this is not fucking simping.
Why the fuck would I apologize for a bunch of people that don't understand the arguments I made originally and then are making straw men that are now saying are my arguments? Like, I'm not going to fucking apologize for shit I didn't say.
Agreed. I think you did the right thing. You did. So we're getting into that. But before we get there, I feel like he wants to be your greatest rival, even though he denies it. It's even in your fucking Twitter handle now. You've been called a cockroach by this guy. Fuck him. What started the Leffen beef?
The beef with Leffen? Oh, he's just a fucking side character with the Jisoo shit. Like, literally, I was just criticizing Jisoo, and then this motherfucker comes out of nowhere, quote retweets me with, are you fucking serious? Deletes the quote retweet because realizes he's giving me exactly what I want.
Agreed.
Goes on to Reddit, where someone made a whole fucking post, clipping my tweet where I said Jisoo's emotionally manipulative.
Yep.
And then Leffen is the top comment, writing a whole fucking essay about me.
Oh, so he is literate. Oh, I thought I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
No, he's not literate. Like he tried. Like he did write a little essay, but yeah.
So basically it's because he and again allegedly he wants to get his dick wet with Jisoo, so he jumped on the bandwagon because that's what the
I don't know why he's ride or die for Jisoo. I don't know what the fuck Jisoo's done for him in the past, but like he is really in there
hard.
Yeah, he's really hard in the paint.
if you go and look at his past behavior, he did the same thing with fucking HBox. And I get it. Again, I'll say it again. HBox is not the most beloved person, but he's not the piece of shit everybody makes him out to be. And in fact, I don't think that HBox would have suffered as much as he did had it not been for the issues that he went through with Leffen. And he yes, he uses Jigglypuff, big fucking deal. But you have a guy who was first sucking his dick in Leffen when he first started. But as he found that he was going to be competition, he was trying to use psychological warfare, in my opinion, to take out HBox. Like victory by any means, even if it's the scummiest way possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to find his motivations either. Like the interview where he said he wants to get to the point where there's no gods, it's just him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like this dude is like I'm not gonna like make any I'm not gonna psychoanalyze like his mental space.
Yeah.
But he's definitely out for his own.
He comes off very narcissistic. That's the way I see it. And I mean, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a psychologist, but yeah, that's the vibe I get.
Yeah, I mean, every content creator to a certain extent has their ego, but Leffen, he seems really fucking full of himself.
So, and speaking of Leffen, and of course, the woman of the hour, speaking of Jisoo, who I've done commentary on as well. You did a video on the Sky House, and again, your videos take time, and I love that because I'm not a patient motherfucker. I like to fucking put shit out there every fucking day. That's just me. If I have something to say, I'll just run my mouth. But I watched me and my partner in crime, CMD. We watched this Sky House video, and it was masterfully done. And in my opinion, what people don't give you credit for is you saved a man's life. And maybe you won't take it that seriously, but I will, and I'll tell you thank you if no one else has. Sky Williams made mistakes, and I'm going to say Sky Williams is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he didn't deserve what he got. And what you did for him, he should forever be in your debt, and I think he is. I think he's very appreciative. What brought you to do that?
Well, he actually reached out to me while I was doing these cases. A lot of people reached out to me while I was doing the cases, just kind of like asking me shit. And I was picking up red flags in the conversation I was having with Sky, and he was coming off as a little bit, like at any point kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I was comforting him. I was letting him know that if given the time, I could make this happen. He didn't believe that it could happen. And I was like, you give me the time, Sky, and like I will make this happen. Like,
let me ask you this, and you don't have to answer. I'm going to ask you this: how broken was this man? Like when he came to you? Because I mean, I felt the vibe. Like this guy was, like you said, any moment.
Oh, he was telling me about what was going on in his life, like how his mom was like asking him if this stuff was true, and he was like showing me what was going on in his room and stuff. It was like the most depressing shit I'd ever heard.
So what made you do it? Like, what was it? Was it just something that you needed to do, or was it the right thing? What was it what made
Well, I went over the information and I was like, yeah, dude, this is kind of fucked. Like he's not a monster. He's not Epstein. Like people were calling him Epstein.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, like it's pretty fucked. Like people to this day still probably have misconceptions about the whole thing. But
the traces are there. I mean, granted, you said I think you had Sky.dick or whatever on. You said you could post.
Oh yeah, I got Skycock.
Yeah, you got Skycock, and I was like,
post that.
But the thing is, you did your research. You took your time, and again, your videos take months to produce, and I know that's got to be stressful every day looking through this stuff and all that. But you did the right thing. You saved a man's life. He's back and he's being profitable again, and you gave him a second chance that so many don't have. So you didn't get backlash, I think, from the Sky part. I think that Jisoo bitch, but fuck her. Who gives a fuck what she thinks?
Yeah.
But, when it was all said and done, where were you at mentally? Like, how did you feel that you had saved someone's life?
Well, when I was done, like I was working on the 0 when I was working on the Sky one at the same time. Mm-hmm. So there was no break. There was no like break in between. It was like, okay, well, got that little dopamine rush from finishing that vid. Time to finish this next one.
So, and I mean, do people know how old you are?
Probably. I don't
want to dox you or anything. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's fine. I'm 24. I'm not like afraid.
You're a 24-year-old man. All right. And I say that you're a man because you're more of a man than a lot of these people that are involved in these communities. And you like to make skits. I mean, I've seen you in videos say it. I've seen you in interviews say you want to make skits. You want to entertain people, but part of you came out of that, and you had to be a grown fucking adult to do this. Like this takes time, and I want people to understand what you've done and what you did do. That's a lot of fucking work for a 24-year-old person to do. And I don't know if
it was a lot to read. It was a lot of reading. Reading is probably my best subject, like critical reading.
yeah,
So
I can believe that.
I had to go through because I got Sky's archives from his Facebook, and I went through like every relevant chat, both keyframe searching, but also just reading to
Yeah.
see what information was relevant to the case. And then some people would try to say I didn't go to Jisoo and try to get her side, but I mean, she blocked me before I could even
How
talk
could
to her.
you? Like,
So
that's what I'm saying. How could you do anything?
yeah, I can't do shit. And at that point, it's pretty obvious that she has no intention of talking to anyone critical of her.
I think that she's the type of person that she feels like, and I mean, granted, she's a fucking high school dropout, but she can't if she thinks that you can get one over on her, she's not going to waste time. She's not going to put herself in that situation. But lucky for all of us, she's so dumb she fucked herself.
Yeah.
There are 50,000 page document that is like 7 pages. But so as far as like exposing Jisoo for that, what backlash have you suffered because of that? Because I know that yes, so many of us praise you for what you've done. You of course have the Jisoo fucking simps and fanboys. How has that affected you? Because I'm sure you're getting hit up and blown up in your DMs and what have you.
No, Jisoo does not have that many fans.
No,
And if they do, and if they are fans of her, they're probably just as mentally unstable as her, and they already have me blocked. So it's normally I don't really see it because they just block me, so it filters itself.
because that's grown. That's a mature thing to do, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into the. We're almost 30 minutes into this, and when building to this, and I think we've done an okay job building to who you are, what you've done. Um, your most controversial video up to this point has to do with Zero. Now,
Mm-hmm.
before I get into this with you, um, I don't think Zero is a bad person. I think he's very misunderstood. I don't think he's a predator. I don't think he's a monster. I think he made stupid fucking decisions. In watching your video, you made it clear in the Ban Nairo video, but I took it as you were welcoming him back to creating content. You were giving him the opportunity that you gave Sky. Yes, you fucked up. You don't need to be doing competitive gaming, but you don't need to be a fuck. I mean, the guy tried to kill himself.
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't fucking know that he wasn't even competing. Like he
Yeah, he was.
literally retired 3 years before I made this video. So I was like, what the fuck? It was mostly these stupid ass drama channels that have no idea the situation or the context. And they're like, dude, he's welcoming back to gaming events. What the hell? Like, no, it's not even a part of the fucking equation.
No. And I think people that are ignorant of the situation should do a little bit of research because they pride themselves on being the cream of the crop as far as commentary, but again, they are fucking sheep walking in a circle, following each other's asses. I mean, you know what? No, they're a giant fucking human centipede because all they
I've
do.
tried to make a habit of, because I've dealt with all these false allegations. I make a habit of not talking about shit until I read the original sources, like
Mhm.
the first accounts. These motherfuckers will just literally say something off the cuff. They'll see a title or a thumbnail, and they'll just fucking make an opinion on it.
No different than when you put your release video with, I think it was Ethan Klein in the video on the
Yeah.
yeah, and oh, they jumped on that shit. Um, so let me ask you this: Who came to? Did Zero come to you, or did you go to Zero?
I went to Zero because this was after the interview he did with EE.
Okay.
Yeah, so I contacted EE because I could tell that he actually cared about him after he did the interview with the update, and I got in contact with Zero by asking him if it was possible because I didn't have his information.
And I'm sure that he was probably suspicious, as anybody would be in his situation. So, was there um, a comfort period, a time that y'all had a conversation, so he understood what you were doing, or did he was he?
Well, I kind of questioned him because at the same time I wasn't sure if he was like bullshitting.
Yeah,
So I had questions and I had to make sure that he answered the questions consistently and had relevant information to actually back it up. And like as he gave me information more and more, especially the Laura stuff, He literally just floored it. He fucking completely debunked that with like one screenshot, and I was like, oh, okay. So there
Yeah.
actually is a fuck ton of stuff where it just did go right for him. And then the whole stuff with Vanessa, like
Oh
painting.
my, my heart goes out to her because, I mean, you love your girlfriend. I have no doubt about that. Just imagine
Mhm.
having her watch you, the person she loves the most. Are you watching her, the person you love, self-destructing, and you can't even leave a room because you don't know if he's going to be there?
Yeah, and all the people making fun of that shit and making like suicide jokes because that was like relevant to the suicide note segment. It really fucking pisses me off. That's not funny like at all.
I,
They like make fun of the meal that she made for him to like comfort him and shit.
so we talked about this before we started recording, and I said the moment that I realized that I needed to talk to you, I needed to try to get in contact with you and like interact with you in some regard was the point where you it was the Band Nairo video, and you said, not technicals, Brandon, am upset. I'm pissed off. When did that happen? When did that moment go where you went from being technicals to Brandon needing to make this right?
Because they fucking like the first case video I did where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing this because I'm probably the best one to do it. I have the most knowledge, and the most people will watch it. They fucking took that. Like I say in the video, I don't think Nairo is innocent, but you can't prove that he's guilty. Like I made these qualifying statements because I don't think he's innocent of like any wrongdoing. And then these fuckheads take that video and then run with it, and they use it as the basis for hashtag unban Nairo. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like now my name is on this fucking shit that I don't even fucking agree with. So Zero was gonna be my last case, but I was like, no, we need to tie this all together because I need to fix some loose ends. So
And I felt like that was beautifully done because like it felt like that was just nah, fuck it, it's raw. There was no fucking fancy thumbnail. It was a picture of his fucking ass on a fucking screen, and you hit it. You just bam, fuck it, I'm doing this. And
yeah, I was not playing with that because this is just not okay. It's just straight up just so it's so fucking biased. Like it's so ridiculous the level that this is at. You don't you if you're a grown man, you do not let a child blackmail you into
thank
sexual
you. Oh
activity.
my god, thank you. I'm glad you said it because I've been saying it for fucking months. You're a 20-something-year-old man. I'm sorry, I'm 35 years old. If a 15-year-old starts sucking my dick, he's getting punched in the fucking head, and I'm saying, what the fuck are
Exactly.
you doing?
Yeah, he's exhibited that he lacks the decision-making skills to be in these situations. You do not fucking let that slide in any capacity. I don't care how much you hate Zero. I don't care how much you think the conversations were creepy. What Nairo did is just fucking disgusting.
So, in the same breath, and I know we're going to get ahead to what's going on. Um, Simpai, we talked about that earlier before recording, and how passionate I am about that case. You
Mhm.
haven't, to my knowledge, done a big what to do about it. If I'm wrong, correct me. But you haven't done videos on that.
No.
But Pape, watching everything he went through, I felt like he was kind of placed under the rug because his allegations came out. He went and spoke his side of
I
things.
think he was like the first one.
Yes. And I felt like his stuff got swept under the rug when all this other shit came out. Like, oh, great, we're acknowledging stuff, but you forgot about the first guy to come out. And nobody ever took the time to say, hey, are you all right, kid? A lot of guys were like, way to go, puppy. Fuck. No, fuck. If that was my little brother, I'd be mortified. I'd be disgusted. I'm sure his parents are
All the
wondering.
jokes. Yeah.
But if I was his parents, I'd be wondering why my kid is going down a downward spiral. He's so young. He doesn't understand why, this girl he had feelings for just cut him off. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is what. No, it was just, and then she's with fucking what's it,
Waddy.
Waddy. Like, I still feel for that kid. I still, if there's, I wish I could speak to him and just make sure he's okay. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have words to
He
describe
seems to
that.
have a grounded response to the Nairo stuff as well. I've seen his takes on it. He's not okay with that shit. I don't want to like speak for him, but from what I've seen, it seems that he also agrees the unbanned Nairo thing is a little overcorrection.
Yeah, it's all fucked up, and like how the minority is seeing that. Right, I would consider the minority your fan base because you have all these fucking other cockheads or fucking unbanned. Fuck them. But the people who are seeing them for this disgusting situation for what it is, they're fucking being laughed at and treated like shit. I don't get it. It's right there for you to see.
Yeah,
So again, I just wanted to get that little piece out, and I'm glad that you agree on that because that whole fucking and
absolutely.
her coming out and saying some shit like, "If you talk about me in this way, I'm going to get an attorney." So I have to say, allegedly, senpai, allegedly, you ruined the kid's fucking
Well,
youth, but whatever.
I think that was also due in part to her attorney. That was a fault of her attorney.
Yeah,
I think she worded that terribly. I get where she was coming from. Just like after all of the research and stuff I've done with other people who try to make a response something similar. But what she was saying in that response was that there's someone like there's more in the community. There's like there's a guy in the area that she was who like runs this house
yeah.
with like the minors and like alcohol and blah blah blah, so kind of perpetuating the issue that she ended up being involved in, I think was the narrative.
So when you were a young man, you were heavy in the Smash community, and you competed in tournaments. But is it that bad? Is it
Yes.
like that?
Yeah, there was like alcohol and drugs everywhere, and
And
that's not an exaggeration. I
and
was
no
like
one's
offered it
moderating
before.
this shit. No one's trying to fucking put a stop to
No,
it.
dude, our fucking head TO is an idiot.
The guy that apparently ghost banned you or whatever.
No, that's Bear is also an idiot.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, yeah, fucking there's alcohol everywhere. The reason why JK, the guy who went crazy and like almost hit me with the car, he had like access to LSD, like cocaine, alcohol, weed, literally like the major ones. He had it. He had access to it.
Okay, so
Like he would drop acid for tournaments and stuff.
I'm going to ask you a personal question. You don't have to answer, of course. You don't have to give me names. Has anybody at these tournaments offered you any of these things?
Yeah. I don't want to name drop.
That's fine. You don't have
But
to.
yeah,
But
when
yeah.
I was
So
like 17, yeah.
what was their reasoning? Because they wanted you to have a good time or something like that.
I don't fucking know. But I'm pretty straight edge, so I don't like succumb to peer pressure. I think they just wanted to like offer it out of out of like courtesy or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, there's like alcohol at all these like meetups and stuff like that, so it's very easy for something to go wrong. And it's not a surprise to me that there's as many accusations as there was.
and so, but there's no moderators there, fucking like keeping an eye on this. This is disgusting.
No, because they're man children. They're not men. They act and behave as if they were still like 17, 16 around all these other actual 16-year-olds.
So they're trying to be cool in front of the fucking Smash crowd.
No, I think they're just genuinely mentally stunted.
Okay, that makes more
Because
sense.
when I stopped playing Smash, I like actually started succeeding in life. And that's not even like an exaggeration.
That's a great shout out. Hey, Nintendo. So I'm glad you're so candid, and I appreciate that. Because so many other people would just throw it under the rug. Well, I can't talk about. Thank you for being as honest as you are.
Yeah, no problem.
So we have gotten to the point where I remember Jisoo was very heavy in this, and after the Zero video, everybody started going hard on her, or at least the people that I was seeing. Do you know how that case is going? I know.
Yeah,
that
legally it's looking really good, actually.
good.
Yeah, and California is like it's notorious for being hard to go through with a defamation suit, but from my understanding and from what I've heard and what I've looked at, it's looking pretty good.
Good, because I think that not just for Zero. I mean, Zero is fucked up, and I was going to be an asterisk there with him, and I hate that for him, but there is.
Mm-hmm.
But for Vanessa,
Yeah,
that girl, like no one,
she didn't deserve what happened to her. Like that why the fuck was she even brought up? I don't understand.
without her permission. Let's put that out there. Without her permission.
Yeah, and then Jisoo goes and lies and said that she had the permission of everyone involved, but then just decides to throw Vanessa in there for no reason.
I love how she used Craigslist and she used a lot of fucking hot button words, a lot of flash words, and that's how people started believing her. Plus,
her document wasn't even 64 pages. She just put full screenshots in the doc, and I was like, this is just inflated.
But because, and let's be honest, Jisoo is not hard on the eyes. She's an attractive young woman, and if an attractive young woman comes out and says that, especially in this Me Too era, they're going to jump on her side. And I'm so glad that justice is being served as far as that goes. I'm rooting for Zero. I really am. But we don't know how that case is going to turn out. I hope it turns out for the best. But during that video, you did, I think the Sky House video, you had Nicholas Diorio, who did a section in that, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me your relationship with Nicholas Diorio before where we're at now.
Well, Nick was also, he also does like drama, like kind of little docs, I guess. So we were in similar spaces and we would talk. And like I think I got to know him through, I can't actually remember how I got to know fucking Nicholas Diorio. Maybe it's through Augie, maybe it was through Turkey Tom. But the reason why he was in the Sky House video to begin with is because Sky also reached out to Nicholas Diorio.
Okay.
And yeah, and
Damn it,
and
Sky.
and Sky wanted me to make the video because
Yeah.
remember at this point in time I'm like making case videos on fucking Smash. So it's not only am I getting the fucking views from it, but I've established that I'm a credible source for it.
Absolutely.
And then Nick also
Before we
seemed
before we go anywhere,
okay.
how long did it really take you to build that card house?
It actually took me an infuriating amount of time. Those were genuine responses. And at some point I just started like licking the edges so it would stick better. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Continue.
you're good. You're good. So fucking Nick was also kind of invested in the Sky thing because he had ran like an Among Us tournament with Sky with like Bo Blacks and Augie and all of them. So I gave him, we were gonna section it off more detailed, and I was gonna give him like actual parts to work on.
Yeah.
But then I just decided, nah, fuck that. I'm just gonna give him the finances because I want to do everything else, and I don't trust him
I'm
with like the
grateful you
serious
did
stuff.
because like just his voice makes you want to drown out. That his part of that was the worst part of your
I
video.
skip it every time. When I rewatch it, I just skip it.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. So I am notorious for rewatching my shit. And I try like with this channel, it's basically new, but with this channel, I've tried to, change. I've changed at least 6 fucking times on this channel because I'm a pseudo perfectionist. I like if I see something can be better, I do that. So you do the same. Do you watch your videos over and over just to find
That's
flaws?
why I don't like. I can't have like one editing mistake in a video because I'm gonna watch that back and be really fucking annoyed.
Yes.
And yeah, at the beginning you gotta be at the beginning and throughout your career you gotta be your biggest critic
Yeah.
because you can't just always wait for other people to tell you where you're fucking up or else you're just stunted. You're not growing.
Yeah.
So I watch and I try to learn and I try to like adapt my style.
Yeah. You'll get life lessons on this motherfucking channel too, bitches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, well, how did Augie get involved? Because I mean, all of a sudden, you do the Zero video, you do the Nairo video, and everybody's fucking turned on. It's Turn on Technicals Day. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't fucking know because I went on their live stream to like because they were reacting to the video, and then I kind of have this like little spat with Nick where I'm just kind of yelling at him because he's like it almost seems like he's willfully like trying to not understand what I'm telling him, and just trying to because it got to a point in the discussion where I was like, dude, I'm talking about like the psychology of what makes someone this kind of character, and
Yeah.
he just straight up says, I don't care. I don't care about the psychology. And I'm like, well, then what the fuck are we arguing about? Because you just don't care. So what does it even matter?
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Everything is excuses to these people. I'm trying to explain to him why there might have been a scenario like this for Zero, and they're like, well, I don't care. Bad thing equals bad. So like
well. See, it
is
got to a
thinking
point.
too hard.
How did Keemstar get involved? Because apparently you and Augie ended up having this. Which look, you won that debate. I don't care what anybody says. It's proven that you won the debate. The fucking fans said you won the debate.
Yeah, his
So
fans said I won.
exactly. So how did it get there? Did Keemstar reach out to you, or what happened?
Keemstar just like it's the same as the last one he did, like last week, I think, where he just tweets out at both of us and then we just say yes or no.
Gotcha.
And yeah. But I'm on his talent agency thing where they like manage my ads.
Very nice. Very
It's
nice.
like Keemstar's attorney or something that his like lawyer friend that launched that talent agency with him.
So I'm going to throw this out there, and it's not to kiss Keemstar's ass, but for everything that Keemstar's done, he's an incredible individual. Yes, he's known as a prick. He's known as this, from his work with Colossal to his stuff with Tommy C to the Baited and all that. You can't deny the man's hustle. You can't deny the man. He's one of the few people that can say, I am retiring from fucking YouTube. Who fucking says that and means it? Like he did that. And so kudos to Keemstar,
He's
for
a
everything.
resilient guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a self-made, he's wealthy, and he's done it on his way. Like he never had to conform to others' ideals. So I respect that. I don't always agree with the things that come out of his mouth. And yes, he is a fucking dick, but the man is talented. And if you deny that, you're fucking ignorant. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he came up from being a troll to being like the biggest drama voice in the entire community.
He's up there with Drama Alert is a fucking YouTube household name. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets a little messy. And we're not going to go into details because we did discuss that. But when you start going and finding shit out of the blue and you're going to find the lowest common denominator, stuff that has nothing to do with the situation, you've clearly lost the argument. But that's where we bring in Tipster and everyone else. And I'm sorry. I was a time when I actually legitimately thought Tipster was all right. I liked some of his commentary, but the more I watched, I felt like, dude, you're such a fucking follower. You're like the fucking Boogie 2998 of the fucking commentary community.
It's kind of like it's just been building up. Like, I don't like creating friction with other people I don't need because it's just going to cause unnecessary problems.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, dude, you're fake, why didn't you call all these people out before? Like, I had some of these issues with like Tipster being a fucking idiot, but I didn't know about the Zaptai stuff until I had to start looking into it because they were all like fucking dogpiling me.
So just because you're an intelligent guy and you've done brilliant work, you're expected to know every fucking inch of the internet. I don't understand that concept.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Zaptai thing until I needed to start looking for it.
And for the record, watch this. Hey, Trips.
Yeah.
18 to 15. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
See? Dude, I've seen this comment and I kind of agree with it. It's like, if you're in high school, you can understand the mentality of a 15-year-old not being too like weird to date. But once you're out of high school and you're like a fully functioning adult, you look back and you're like, wow, that's kind of weird.
Okay, so I'm going to say what one of the guys on the street said. The pussy ain't got time to grow, right? Isn't that what he said?
No, you got to let the mind catch up with the pussy.
You got to get the mind catch up with the pussy. Y'all can hashtag that. That's a technicals quote right there. So I let the mind catch up to the pussy.
That was such a funny dude to talk to. He was excited to hear that it was going to be in a YouTube video too.
So where do you think this is all going? Like, I mean, clearly any of us that are sane, I'm just being honest. Again, I have to say with my opinion, any of us that see that you're in the right and that this is all fucking childish.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think it's going to go with Augie and Nick?
Oh, well, they use me for content, so I'm going to use them for content. They're going to be the butt of my jokes for as long as I want.
I like that. As long as you want.
Yeah, until I get tired of it.
Then we have a fucking pigeon that shows up. I mean, he's a fucking rat with wings, shit bird, fucking try to make a kid commit suicide.
Fucking narcissistic liar.
Fuck yeah. How does John Swan get involved with technicals?
I was like actually supporting this dude. I was like checking up on his mental health because he went through like so much shit. And I was like, well, you didn't like
self-imposed shit.
Yes. I told him, I was like, dude, you did not like have sex with a kid, man. You can come back like Turkey Tom. You just need to do it smart because what you're doing right now is not smart. And like I gave him opportunity. I worked with him. I gave him opportunities to like help me out because I could see everyone else kind of didn't fucking like him anymore or didn't like want to even touch him. So he did
giving the guy the time of day where everybody else had fucking wrote him off.
Yeah.
You were doing the right thing. And I don't think anybody else has fucking caught you saying that. So I shout out to this fucking channel. You fucking gave the guy the chance. You fucking gave him the Sky treatment. You were going to fucking rebuild his character. Good for you.
Yeah, he even got shit. Like he replied and people were like shitting on him because he was in the credits and he like worked on it. But I let him do the Sky intro. And then I had him do just like the really, really end part of the Zero intro. I did everything else in the Zero intro.
So his motherfucker was in the videos that he's criticizing?
Yes. and he
What a
never
sack
messaged
of
me
shit.
about the issues he had at all. And we worked together. And I'm pretty sure I paid him for his work too, and I'm pretty sure he was in the credits.
So
I'm
clearly
not
for
sure.
him, the mind did not catch up to the pussy.
Well, he is the pussy.
Yeah, he's still a 13-year-old pussy. Okay, cool.
Like he had these massive fucking issues with the video and didn't even like talk to me about it at
But he
all.
worked on it.
Like,
But he
yeah,
worked.
he literally just fucking prepped up like a surprise nuke. I know what a fucking surprise nuke looks like. He surprise wanted to drop a hit piece on me, and that's why he didn't want to let me know, because he didn't want to let me get ahead of it. But that's so fucked up if you're gonna put false
It's a
allegations in it.
fucking coward's way out. I mean, the guy even dressed up like you to fucking imitate you. I mean, it goes back to the common fucking. It's art of war at its base. Granted, I bet he's never read that fucking book. I read it. Um, this motherfucker dressed like you, same lighting, trying to imitate something that really succeeded with you. Everybody loves the detective tech character. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love your skits, but that detective tech character, which again, it is a character,
Yeah.
it it got over. It really did. And people, when you put that fucking those suspenders on, you put your fucking hair back, you wear the glasses, people know that something impactful is about to come. And you did that all on your own.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, this sack of shit, tries to bite that. Fuck him. I'm glad you told me that because that makes me dislike the fucker even more.
Yeah, I don't and then he ran with it again in like a reply video. I don't understand. This just kind of like proves to me and everyone else more that he's kind of a fucking narcissist. There's a guy, the franchise, he made a response video
Yes,
that
I was going to bring that up, and I was going to talk about that. The franchise, y'all need it. If you're watching this, check it out. I'll put the links in the description for text channel and franchise. I mean, you can tell he's a fan of yours. No buts about it. But he made some valid points. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, he made some valid points. And then John takes that, and since he can't take criticism, he says there was no valid points whatsoever made. And then he also says it's a character assassination.
So
How the fuck could anyone assassinate this guy's character more than himself?
exactly, if you fucking tie the fucking rope, you put it around your neck, and you fucking jump off. How did franchise do any of that? And let's be real, the franchise is a smaller channel. We're talking compared to John and you, a very minuscule channel. And he made valid points. He just did a fucking video on with gameplay behind it and a couple edits in it. And
Yeah.
it was so impactful that it really hurt fucking John in the pussy. So he had to come back and do what he did.
Yeah, he was like crying because it was getting linked in his replies everywhere, calling him dishonest. And it probably gave him like some kind of PTSD because he's like, oh no, people are calling me a fucking liar again. I wonder why.
Who?
So he
What
tried
kind
to
of
nip it
behavior
in.
does that indicative of? A narcissist. I'm not a fucking
Yeah,
therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but looks like a duck, quacks like a duck is probably a swan. So I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
he's a
I don't
fucking
know.
idiot.
I've talked to other people. They seem to have a similar conclusion that John Swan is just some kind of like weird fucking narcissist. And no, I don't think a lot of people want to work with him, and I think he's going to rebrand his channel.
Okay, so I tweeted this to you. If you rebrand a bowl of shit, it's still a bowl of shit. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that he can do. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope that fucking savings holds out, motherfucker. I'm sorry that YouTube's not going to be your job. You're going to be a fucking mockery for the rest of your career, but
He's gonna
whatever.
be an editor. He's like selling an editing course and he edits for other YouTubers. That's honestly what he should do because I don't
Yes.
think anyone respects his opinion anymore.
So his editing is excellent. I won't deny that, John. If you ever fucking see this, your editing is top notch, fucking top shelf, motherfucker. It's great. Stick to what you're good at because talking is not your strong suit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm very passionate about some of this stuff, especially when I see somebody like you who, let's be real, I'm glad I got to talk to you now because I give it fucking 3 years, you're gonna fucking blow up even more. And I get to talk to you now while, you're still, you're not like, fuck you little people. I'm technical now.
Well, I finished the Zero Nairo arc and I fucking I wanted to go into mainstream
Yeah.
and he gave me the excuse, like all these guys coming at me gave me the excuse to fucking use them to propel my own career. And I'll take it. I don't
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
care.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I
Fuck
mean,
them.
they've already shown that they don't give a shit about me, so why the fuck should I care about
And
them?
the thing is this: if they were smart, right? If they were smart, they would have jumped on the fucking bandwagon. They would have been like, you know what? This guy's the fucking future. Let's fucking ride that motherfucker to the moon.
I mean, they just saw me topple an entire community and were like, let's get in his way next. That's like the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
My favorite fucking line from that video: "If you do not ban Nairo, I will tear this community to the ground. I will burn this community to the ground."
Yeah, I have the nuclear option. There's like one more requirement before it can go though. So I'm waiting to see. I'm like testing. I'm seeing if they'll fucking test me. And if they do, then well, it's gonna happen. So
You got to do what you got to do, man. And the same thing is when it comes to these people. I've been in drama communities all my life, like since I was 20 something years old. And again, I'm 35. I see how dark it can get, man. I've been doxxed. Had people. I've seen people have pizzas sent to their houses. I have people get their fucking electric cut off because they found their electric company. I mean, it can get sick. And the fact that you have no fear and you're going against all of this shit, kudos, man.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta stop giving a fuck.
Yeah, and I'm
Because
glad.
I grew up in Smash. Like honestly, when I started, one of my goals, because no one listened to me, no one like ever listened to my criticism. I mean, obviously they all suck my cock now in Vegas. But no one would listen to me. They always just call me a whiny bitch. So I started a fucking YouTube channel, and then other people started caring, and then slowly and slowly starts building up. And one of the things I wanted to do was like root out the cancer that was in the Smash community, like the just wild nepotism, all the drug use, and that built to a climax in 2020 in July, and I just dealt with it as like I felt like it was my moral obligation because it was one of the things I set out to do.
See, okay, you said moral obligation, and I'm glad you said that because I was going to get to that too. The thing about you that I really appreciate, and I think so many others do, is that you still have your morals. You haven't sold out to the almighty dollar. You know, you could be like a lot of these guys, and as soon as something drops, you bite on it, and you don't have facts. Everything you've done up to this point, and I pray to God that you keep down this path. You do your research, and everything that comes out is, if it's an opinion, you state that it's an opinion, but it's an opinion based on X amount of facts that you've researched and studied. You know, you talk when you did the Skyhouse video, you talked to Anti.
Yeah.
You used that to make points about other things. And Anti is not everyone's favorite person, but it was relevant to the topic, and not any no, no I don't know anybody that would have done that. That was a brilliant move, but that's just indicative of what you do. You know, there's subtlety to everything. And yeah, I'm sure there are people that just watch your videos. They think they're funny. Oh, he sounds smart. So let's listen. No, listen to the fucking things that come out of your mouth. It's all, it's all plotted out. There's no holes in your game as far as that. And instead of knocking you for that, they should be learning and evolving as, instead of staying stagnant. All these guys that you're going at, they've plateaued. They plateaued years ago, and they've gotten to the same fucking rhetoric of, oh, this is the new hot topic. Let's talk about it for 45 minutes to an hour. And
Well, they also think very in black and white.
thank
My name is fucking technicals for a reason. I looked into they want to say I'm missing like nuance and context. Meanwhile, I'm the person that did the fucking Sky House. I think I know how to look at nuance and context.
pat yourself on the
Um,
back a little more, motherfucker.
it's just a little condescending when these fucking dumbasses who can't even do half of what I do are trying to condescend to me about nuance and context. Like I can't criticize them without putting a fucking 3-hour live stream in my video.
I'm going to say this, and it may not mean nothing for me because you don't know me from Adam, but I'm proud to know you in the sense that I'm proud to see that you know your worth at such a young age. You know your value. I mean, there are so many people that can come on here and say, I'm going to make this a career. You literally legitimately could. You really, I
I
think,
mean, it is right now. I make enough to where it's basically how much I was making at my other job and a little more.
and that's beautiful. You know, I think that, and you deserve it because if you're, I'll quote the Joker. If
Yeah,
something,
you quote the Joker.
for free.
It's,
Just
it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
yes, and again, burning shit to the ground. You're going to burn that entire fucking pile of money that is the Smash community. I mean, and look, Nintendo had. I mean, granted, Sony bought Evo, but Nintendo had it right when they fucking ended all the fucking Smash tournaments. They're not making another Smash Brothers. It's over. It's over.
They
It's
had it
done.
right when they dropped ESAM as a administrator, like a representative.
Oh, they had it
That
right
was
when they
fun.
dropped Senpai too, but you know, it is what it is. Um,
Yeah,
man, it's wonderful being able to talk to you. We're coming up to that hour mark, and like I said, I know you got stuff to do, and I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to.
I really gotta record a fucking video. I don't know. I've been like in all these different live streams. I don't know if you've seen, but
Yeah,
I'm making these guys nervous. They're real nervous. They were talking that big talk for 2 months while I was on vacation and I was working on the
But
video.
that's the thing. They're like watching every move you make. So who's winning at the end of this? You know.
Yeah, who's in whose head?
So
Exactly.
let's play fortune teller here before we end it out. Okay. Technicals, Brandon.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What, when this drama's over and your bullshit's done, you're being a content creator. What does Technicals want to do with his career as far as YouTube and content creation go?
I think what would be really cool, I've thought about, is like working on either like a sketch comedy show or like a satirical show, kind of like Smiling Friends that just came out.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'd love to like write on a show or like voice in it even. Or yeah, just like sketch comedy show, shit like that.
I like it. I like it because this is not this. I don't think the drama is what defines you. I really don't, and I don't think you're going to be one of those guys who's "What's up, Tommy? 40 something years old, still doing this shit."
Yeah, that's why some of these guys really seem pathetic to me. Because all they have is talking about like exciting drama. They're not exciting people themselves.
No,
So I don't see them like actually outliving or outdoing anything I do.
you have a legacy, and it's starting young. And I'm happy to have met you. I'm happy that we've had the conversation. I hope that at some point we can, in happier times, actually sit down and have another conversation without bullshit. You are everything that I thought you would be, and more. And
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but I just want to let you know I'm not letting it inflate my ego.
I'm not trying to.
I
I'm just
just
being
don't want
honest
to.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm 100 with you, 120%. Trips, do you agree? Agree. Okay, so you got double down.
I like how she's just ready to co-sign at any moment.
That's my
That's
fucking
great.
part. That's my producer. But
Does
that
she
being
help with
said,
your content at all?
we had a stream. We used to do a thing called 707 a couple years ago, and it was
Mm-hmm.
my favorite thing to do. We talked about like politics, conspiracies, QAnon, all this crazy shit going on in
Ooh,
the world. Yeah, and I
spicy.
love doing that. I'm trying to get back to that because I can't keep talking about Foodie Beauty and fucking Amberlyn Reed. I'm sorry, run away, run away.
Yeah.
Talked about fucking anyway, some weird people. Ugh. Anyway, but like I said, I am so grateful that you give me the time. Again, I want to make it clear he did this of his own free will. I didn't have to pay a dime. Great fucking young man, someone to look out for, someone to fucking really get behind. Technicals. Thank you so much for coming on. If you'll stand by
No
before
problem, man.
if I cut it out, I'll have a few more words and I'll talk to you behind the scenes. But
All
you guys,
right.
I'm Dan. That's Technicals, and we'll see you when we see you.
Peace.
It's my line.